See the outgoing Minister of Environment, Amina Mohammed, there, and she says that the people of Ogoniland will see the tangible cleanup of their area in the next 5 years. The minister was speaking during the groundbreaking of the Center of Excellence, otherwise known as the Integrated Contaminated Soil Management Center in Kana local government area of River State. The event brought together federal and state government officials, traditional rulers, community leaders, as well as members of the Board of Trustees for the cleanup of Ogoniland. From there, let's take a look at some sports for the day. Here's Millicent Walker.
Welcome to Sports News. The Nigerian Basketball Federation, NWBF, has allotted the 2 available slots in the Atlantic Conference of the Premier Basketball League to Police Baton and Nigeria Air Force NAF Rockets. The 2 teams emerged the chosen ones out of the 4 teams that applied for the slots based on their performance. Police Baton and NAF Rockets will replace Lagos Islanders and Dodon Warriors, who were demoted for participating in the rival African Basketball League ABL in 2016. FIFA's president Gianni Infantino says he is not at all concerned by the threat of hooliganism at next year's World Cup in Russia. Infantino said he has full confidence in the Russian authorities to combat any trouble next summer, adding they are taking the matter very seriously. At Euro 2016, there were violent clashes between Russian and English supporters in Marseille. The president also hinted the 2026 event could be hosted by multiple countries. And staying with FIFA's Ethics Committee, they have opened formal proceedings against 2 former Central American soccer officials, Eduardo Lee, and former president of the Costa Rican Football Association, and Brian Jimenez, former president of the Guatemalan Football Association. They're accused of violating FIFA rules, including those forbidding bribery and corruption. Last year, Lee and Jimenez pleaded guilty in a U.S. federal court to charges including racketeering and wire fraud. After an investigation for the World Soccer Body, they've recommended life bans for the duo. And it's goodbye as referee Mark Clattenburg quit the English Premier League. Clattenburg is one of the world's leading referees, and in 2016 he officiated the FA Cup final, Champions League final and Euro 2016 final. With no Premier League fixtures this weekend, Clattenburg's final top-flight game was Arsenal's 2-0 win over Hull last Saturday. And that's Sports News tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. It's back to you, Joma, for the rest of the news.
About 72 people have been killed in a suicide attack at a popular shrine in Pakistan's Sindh province. As many as 250 people were wounded in that attack, and the only hospital in the area is said to be overwhelmed. The bomber reportedly blew himself up among devotees in a shrine today, considered as a sacred day for Muslims to pray there. Officials says it's one of the deadliest in a string of attacks in Pakistan this week, many of them perpetrated by the Pakistani Taliban and other Islamist militants. More sad news as scores of people have been killed in a blast in the Iraqi capital Baghdad, the 3rd in 3 days. The casualties from the attacks add to the number of those killed in attacks on Tuesday and Wednesday, said to be 24.
The bomb had been hidden in a car near some dealerships in the Shia area of Bayer, south of the city. The city has seen a wave of deadly suicide attacks by the Islamic State since the year began, but not so much in the past few weeks. Security sources said the bomb was detonated in a busy street and was the deadliest seen in the city for several months. While medical services have counted nearly 50 dead bodies so far, it is likely to rise over the next few hours. The car dealership is thought to have been convenient targets for the militants because it is easy for them to leave vehicles laden with explosives alongside lots of other vehicles that are also parked in the same area. The Islamic State, which has claimed responsibility for the attack, has stepped up its activities in Iraq since the army, helped by US-led coalition strikes, launched its campaign to dislodge the Sunni militant group from its stronghold of Mosul in the north 4 months ago.
Now, US President Donald Trump has launched a ferocious attack on the media while defending his record during his first weeks in office. Mr. Trump appeared in a 76-minute press conference where he told reporters their level of dishonesty was out of control. Critics say his travel ban and the firing of a top advisor point to the White House that's in chaos. While the president used his speech to tout his fulfillment of campaign promises and said his administration was, quote, a fine-tuned machine. Mr. Trump opened his remarks by mounting a blistering attack on the media for underplaying his achievements after he inherited a mess at home and abroad. And those are his words. And the main news again. A federal high court in Lagos today ordered the final forfeiture of $153.3 million allegedly belonging to the former Petroleum Minister Diezani Alison Madueke. In his ruling, Justice Muslim Hassan held that the EFCC had successfully proved that the monies were proceeds of an illegal activity. Also today, the federal government signed a memorandum of understanding for €70 million from the European Union to strengthen the health sector in Nigeria. And a suicide attack in a popular traditional site in southern Pakistan today killed 72 people. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijeoma Onyato. Good night.